Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day, because I sure am. And first of all, happy new year to you all, and I hope you had a nice holidays with the family and stuff. I sure did. Today we're going to be checking a new event that just came out on New Year's in Legend of Mushroom. We're going to be checking out all the rewards and new gameplay systems. And yeah, before we do that, please go ahead and check out Aptoide. I'll talk a little bit more about that later at the end of the video. For now, let's get into it. So the event, it's called Firework Fest, right? It's your usual gacha event, but this time around we got a massive amount of new rewards. Let's see what they are going to be looking like, right? So of course, as soon as you get into the event panel, which you can by the way find on the top right as always, well, we are going to be able to see several things. So we're going to be having your usual daily quests, just to get some of these, what you call them, I don't know, tickets, currency, just to spend away in a certain other part of the event, which we'll check out in a moment. Of course, you also have your PT timer kind of store here. You can find all the new rewards here, which of course you can buy eventually if you just don't have enough luck in the gacha. For the time being, we'll just buy 10 of these, right, which are the currency we're going to be using in the gacha. And now let's try and go ahead and check out the gacha, right? So it's called Carnival Night. That's what the gacha just has that name this time around, right? So we're going to be going ahead and doing this 10 pull, and of course we didn't get anything, but let's just start by checking out the rewards, right? So we can see we can get, what is this? Actually, it's an artifact, which looks weird, not gonna lie. It's definitely very unique. So let's read through the effect, right? So every 11 seconds after the battle starts, gain a shield equal to 16% of max HP, ignores PvP reduction and shield breaks. I'm not too familiar with what that entails, really. At the cost of 10% of current HP. Okay, right, so you're going to be losing a little bit of HP and getting a massive shield, which is going to be a better value for the exchange, which is obviously good. And then ignores immunity, otherwise, of course, you're not going to be able to immune that damage you're taking for 3 seconds, during which the character and pal cannot use basic attack, combo, counter, or active skills, which is weird, because you're going to be having more defensiveness, but at the trade-off of just your entire amount of damage. After the shield disappears, the next basic attack deals 1.2k% of current basic attack damage, which can crit. The same thing goes for combo, counter, and a lot more for skill damage. Okay, so you're gonna have a massive hit afterwards. And then, what's gonna here? The targets within range and increase the pulse, next basic attack damage, alright. Which also triggers at the start of the battle. So you go into a bit of a defensive mode and then you unleash a big hit. I don't know about this one, not gonna lie. It's a little bit weird, especially because you're just giving away your own HP for this. But it might just be kind of a situation where you just one-shot the enemy, maybe even potentially. I don't know, definitely weird. That extra 10% global attack, of course, very nice as always. The next reward is the back attachment, and in this case, it looks a little bit wonky. I'm not too big of a fan of it. It's a Chrono Prism, which is just an umbrella, which looks weird. 10% global defense increase, not the greatest. And the effect is the following. When all enemies have no less than 60% HP, reduce their basic attack damage resistance, skill damage resistance, spell damage resistance, combo damage, you know the drill, by 10%, otherwise reduces their attack by 10%. Alright, so if they are low HP, they're going to be taking more damage. If they're high HP, they're going to be doing less damage. That's not bad. And then after the first 20 seconds of the battle, all the reduction effects above are activated for all enemies. Alright, so it applies to however many enemies there is, otherwise... oh, never mind. Well, all enemies have no less than 60%. Alright. So it's kind of weird here reading this, not gonna lie. All the reduction effects above are activated for all enemies, but it does say, well, all enemies. Alright, so I guess it like everything applies, both the attack and the damage resistance effects. They are both active at the same time, regardless of the HP. That's what I'm reading here. So it's not that bad, nonetheless. Not gonna lie, that damage resistance is quite huge. And definitely reducing the attack of the enemy as well is gonna be nice. Although it does not say exactly. Yeah, I guess it's 10% regardless. It's 10% damage reduction and attack reduction. Yeah, it does say, never mind. Alright, so not the greatest. I mean, I guess it does flow with the theme of just all these kind of futuristic rewards, but nonetheless, I don't think it's that powerful, but not that bad either way. Worth having, of course. If you're gonna be participating in a gacha, might as well go ahead and get it. And of course, if you manage to get that artifact, you can also go ahead and try and get any of these other ones, right? You can then keep on participating in the gacha and maybe get one of these other two. But now, since this event is a little bit of a special one, it's a New Year's event, we also have a mount and a costume, which are not going to be coming specially from that usual gacha. You all know the drill, how it works. There is a different version of it, which is this one we're seeing right now, to the summit. So we are able to choose here some reward we just want to be getting, right? So we confirm that, and then, well, we can click on skip, and we are going to be needing some of these barrels, right? So we have the probabilities here, of course, depending on the floor where you are at. I'm guessing you are going to be getting one of the rewards in that floor specifically, and then, yeah, you can buy some of this, of course, and there is also the option of buying the other gacha kind of currency. This one is a little bit more expensive, and let's check out what the costume looks like, right? So we have looking a little bit like a ninja sort of thing for males, and then for females looks kind of the same, really. It doesn't change that much. Usually the costumes are a little bit more different for different genders. Nonetheless, here we have the mount, which looks quite cool. 2025, a big ass portal clock. I'm not sure where we're gonna be standing in that mount. I'm assuming it's gonna be on that little pond right there next to the portal thingy. Global defense 10% once again, not terrible. And then the effect reads, actually the name is straight up just 2025. Okay, so the effect is for the first 20 seconds after the battle starts, negates and stores 40% of all damage taken and gains 8% of attack, 10% of final crit damage, 10% of final skill crit damage. You know the drill, there's a lot of these ones. Pile crit damage, and then after the first 20 seconds of the battle, receive an additional 6% of the store damage, ignores immunity, per second for 10 seconds. So you're going to be taking damage, and then you are going to be negating some of that, storing some of that, and then gaining a buff based off of how much damage you took. And then you're going to be able to deal damage per second. It's a weird one, not going to lie, but it's sort of like, yeah, you know, you're going to be dilating that damage over time. I guess that's the idea, right? It's a little bit of a clock here, as you can see. And the buff you're going to be getting is 10% off for everything, which is not bad at all. 8% attack, which is pretty good. Crit damage and everything is also pretty decent. And storing 40% of all damage taken and gaining 8%. I'm assuming it's like 8% of that 40% stored, right? And negating, what is it? Negating 40%. What is it? Like negates it and stores it, and 8% of that is stored, you're gonna be getting into a damage buff. Quite a complicated one nonetheless, but then the additional damage stored after 20 seconds basically just increases the effect of the mount. That 40% damage negation, if it's straight up just you don't take 40% damage, that is insane, but obviously I'm assuming it's like a stagger kind of damage. If you've known any of this kind of systems, I've had some similar ones in other games. It just makes you take the damage over time. But nonetheless, yep, that is all the rewards for this event. Of course, you gotta have you're gonna have some other stuff here. What is that? Start banquet. So you're gonna be able to take pieces of cake. I'm assuming claim rewards based on the number of pieces. Okay, there we go. So yeah, not too sure exactly what the system here really looks like or is exactly, but nonetheless, you have your usual what you call the battle pass over here. You use your daily stuff on this as well. Yeah, nothing too crazy. It's your usual gacha. Only thing that's a little bit different is this new separate gacha, which contains the mount and the costume. All in all, it's a good way of starting 2025 if you are a Legion of Mushroom player. So hopefully you enjoy that, participate into it, and if you're gonna be doing so, use Apptoid, please. Now let's listen a little bit about Apptoid. Apptoid is basically just like Google Play. You download apps from it onto your Android device, and once you do so and you start playing those apps like Legion of Mushroom through Apptoid, you're going to be able to earn cashbacks that can go from extra 10% all the way up to extra 35% of any amount of money you are spending, right? So check out the screen, picture you're going to be trying to buy this pack, and we are going to be prompted with this screen where we are going to be told how much bonus we are going to be getting out of this purchase, which in turn, once we do have enough of the bonus, we are going to be able to select it in the form of the app coins credits to make the payment for us without actually using our real money. So we can increase this bonus by doing things like using my code, which is going to be down here under the screen as well as the description, and we input put that into the Appcoins wallet. Now, there's going to be a whole guide down there in the description about how to set the whole thing up on your Android phone as well as on an emulator on your PC. It works on like BlueStacks or Nox or things like that. Just set it up, download Aptoide, download Legend of Mushroom through Aptoide, and then also download the Appcoins wallet from Google Play or whatever. And here you're going to be able to see how much bonus you currently have accumulated, your purchase history. You're also here going to be able to find where you input the promo code that I talked about. Just put it in there, and that's going to be giving you that extra 5% bonus forever. Just never have to worry about it again. You can also see how much more you need to be spending in order to unlock higher amounts of bonuses in the form of a milestone kind of thing. And then finally, you can see active events going on within the Appcoins wallet, which for a limited time will be increasing the bonus you get in these games in particular from 5 all the way up to 10% for usually about 24 hours, right? So all those things combined, that can net you an extra 35% of anything you are spending in Legend of Mushroom or any other Android game by that matter, right? So you can see how this is going to be very damn helpful to participate in those gachas, where as you spend in order to eventually get whatever you want, you're going to be able to afford more packs for free. So in total, it's going to be reducing the cost of things, right? So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think about the video. And if you got any questions about Aptoid, drop them down in the comment section. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. See ya.